Hello and welcome to For The Drive. In today's video I take a first glance at Jaguar's 2017 XE. So those of you who follow me on YouTube and have done for a little while, you'll know that I own an XE myself. I have the R Sport 240 petrol and I think it's awesome. I've had so much fun with it in the last year of owning it. Actually I'm really happy that it was the car that I picked. While Jaguar have got my car for a few days, they gave me a courtesy car, which was another XE. They've given me the XE R Sport 180 diesel. So same chassis, same car, even the same trim level. The fact you get the R Sport bumpers, side skirts, rear valance, and this very small lip wing spoiler bit, whatever they class it as, on top of the boot. It's a 180 diesel, so it's 180 brake PS, whatever one's close to, whichever you wish. 2-litre turbo, basically the same similar engine layout to any other of the XEs. With this one's got the automatic gearbox. You can get manuals in diesels, not petrols, for XEs at least. In the time between mine, because mine's actually a 2015 model, it's late 2015 when mine was registered and was created. So in that time between then and 2017, they've done a few bits of tweaks here and there, not massive. They haven't really done a facelift. The body's very much the same body panels, same bumper, same chassis, but it still feels nice and comfortable, still feels quiet. They've done a few tweaks here and there, not a lot. I just thought I'd give you an update to see what they're doing with their cars, because actually I'll be honest, there are a couple of things that I don't like, which I'm very sad to say, but you got to be honest. These seats, and I'm hoping these are the base ones, are horrid. They have only one thing that's electronic, and that is basically the back support brake, which is fine, but you get no lumbar support. Although it looks like you might do, you don't, unless you're about 2 foot wider than a normal human being should. You get no support under the legs because the seat is just so low down that you'd literally, I don't know how far back you'd actually have to put yourself so your legs actually touch the seat. It's ridiculous. And there is a rise and fall lever that you can manually pump yourself up. All it does is it tips the back of the seat up, so you're just being tipped forward. I mean, what is going on? There are, at least last time I checked when I was looking into buying mine, there was at least 3/4 options of seats, and admittedly the ones that are in mine are, I think, the top level, if not one down, they're like 14 way. So admittedly I'm spoilt in my seats, but jumping into another car of exactly the same style, made by the same company, and actually making that audible noise is not good. So I think they should kind of do away with the basic level and just supply like the next level up, because it is awful, actually awful. The gearbox is the ZF8, same as in mine, and I don't know whether they've played about with it since then, like tweaked timings or like sensors and all that, or whether it's the fact that because this is the diesel, it is incredibly dumb, like unbelievably bad. I don't understand why, considering a diesel gives you more torque lower down than a petrol would, even with turbos and modify, playing about with ECU maps and stuff. Naturally you get more torque with a diesel. This feels like you get clutch slip. So when you put your foot down, at the moment I'm driving around in D, so I'm not even playing about with the gears, just because I'm doing some chatting. But when I picked it up, I put it into sport mode, thinking, oh, right, let's see what this does, and was kind of a little bit like, what the hell's going on? Because I put my foot down. I'll try and do it for you so you can hear it in a minute. Is that you just hear the revs climb without you really moving at all, and then all of a sudden you get, oh, okay, now we're going, and you get that weird surge. It makes no sense. And I mean, the ZF is this one is the ones that they put in the XE are torque converters. They're not double clutch, so okay, it's not going to be as quick as if you had a DCT or something like that. I mean, it's fine, but it's I don't know. I think they've made it a bit too like safe and sluggish. I think they could, even in dynamic, everything's up to its top level, still really slow and really sluggish, and it bugs me. And I've only had this car for a day and a bit, so I don't know what I'd do if I had to live with it. And I say, I'm hoping that it's actually because it's down to the fact that it's the diesel. If they'd done that with the petrol, then I don't know what you're going to do. I really don't. The gear selector is actually a little nicer. Instead of being metal around the edges, it's rubber, so slightly softer to the touch. I don't know which I prefer. I kind of like the metal because it felt a bit like, ooh, fancy, but the rubber's actually slightly more ergonomic. So I mean, down to personal taste at that point, really is like niggly. Another big thing that they have changed, which I am 50-50 on, is they've updated the dashboard and the instrument cluster entirely. So you still got the same layout. The dial on your left is the speed, dial on the right is the tachometer, and the bit in the middle is your screen that tells you what's going on with the basically trip computer, sat nav, and things like that. The screen has been updated, so it's far nicer and much more graphic based, instead of being a bit like white lines and some coloured lines. I didn't hate mine at all. I actually thought it was still perfectly acceptable. But now seeing this, I'm like, okay, that's a good improvement. They've moved the layout a little bit, so I keep looking down to the bottom where the speedo is on mine. You'll get used to it, it's fine. But it is nice actually. It's a little bit, I suppose it's a bit more refined. It actually kind of feels like it's a bit more like it should in a Jaguar. The one thing I don't like is the two dials. There was nothing wrong with the dial design of the previous model, which I own. There was absolutely nothing wrong, and they've now changed so that the thickness of the lines, the font of the lettering and the numbers and stuff like that, just ever so slightly. And now to me, it looks really cheap. Now, once again, personal choice. It's up to you. That if you agree with me, great. If you don't, then you can say, what does he know, and ignore this video. And if you've got a car on order, don't panic and don't think, oh my god, what have I done? Because you would have test driven these cars, you would have been in them, you would have had a look at them. There's no way that you would have ordered it blind. All I'm going through is the fact that literally comparing this car to mine, how much has changed in basically 2 years. Because the model and the spec level has been going since, I think it was actually 2014, but 2015 to now, to 2017, my car has been one iteration. And now they've made tweaks. I'm comparing the two, basically, then and now. We're coming up to a junction, so I'm going to now put it into sport. And I am going to see if I can get it to show you. So listen out to see if you can hear like the revs climb and then kind of go. And then you just get a surge, and then that's it, you're going. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. Oh, that's another thing actually. I almost forgot. The bloody indicators sound awful now, and I have no idea what they've done. It makes no sense whatsoever. The indicators almost, I wouldn't say inaudible, but they were nice, quiet, nice, faint little clicks. Just enough. Big old clunky noise now. It's awful. I hate it. Once again, I got in it, indicated to go somewhere, and went, what is going on with this noise? I hate it. Yeah, don't like those. Why? What do I need that noise for? In general, cars, it's great. Chassis is nice. To say, I'm now cruising on the motorway, and it actually feels really comfortable, really quiet. I can have a conversation. I can actually talk to you without having to raise my voice really at all, as you get with all of them. And as I was saying earlier, there are so many options that you can spec on cars like these. That this one's got this has got heated steering wheel, mine doesn't. But then mine's got folding mirrors, electronic seats. Mine's got the auto entry, so you don't have to press a button to unlock the doors and things like that. There's all sorts of different spec. This one doesn't have the sound system, which I wish mine did as well. It's mainly like bits and pieces, like these seats are bad. I definitely recommend it. Anyone is thinking about buying an XC or even any Jag, to be honest, if you've not been in a car with the base level seats, and someone said to you, oh, you're looking at speccing, you go, oh, I could save myself a bit of money there, or do I need to spend that kind of money because it's quite a lot just for some decent seats? Don't spec the base level unless you really have sat in something that is the base level, because it is like, you might find that you'll hate it and regret not ticking that little box of saying, yeah, I'll spend an extra £600,000 to get some much better seats. See the revving? I mean, while it's moving, it's actually not bad. So there we are. We had a little first glimpse into like a 2017 version of the Jaguar XE. Probably blabbered on enough already, but let's say final conclusion is very much the same car in like essence. Brilliant chassis, nice, comfortable, quiet ride. Those indicators, oh my god, and the revving, like say, I really hope the revving issue is actually based on the fact that it's a diesel for whatever reason, not the gearbox itself, and these seats are simple. But anyway, like the actual car is still great, and I still very much like what Jaguar do. Like, please don't take this as me now just hating Jaguars. I prefer mine. I can't wait to get it back, just because I say there's a few bits and pieces that I prefer having on my petrol engine to begin with. But anyway, but thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.